Good day, mate.
Oi, mate, have another shrimp on the barbie.
That's actually pretty good. 98-92, the U.S. Olympic team survives against Australia in
No,
another exhibition.
survives.
I mean, 6 point win against Australia, Car. Is that not survive? They barely survived Nick Kay.
A 6 point what?
Nick Kay and Jock Landale, Cart. Thank God we got through that one.
A 6 point what?
It was a victory.
Yes, a 6 point
Survival.
victory against a team that you are on record saying is a challenger, is good. So
Yeah, they're great.
you were singing Australia's praises.
For sure. Patty Mills, Dyson Daniels, Jock Landale, Dante Exum, Will Magnay, Joe Ingles. Tough.
Hey, Patty Mills is one of the greatest FIBA players of all time.
Completely agreed. They're tough.
Okay.
They're super
Yeah,
tough.
yeah. This game was. I'm not. I mean, we were actually recording towards the end of this game when it was going on, and I was literally had my face. I was obviously focused on what you were saying and looking at the screen. Look to my right, and like all of a sudden, Australia is like within 5 points, and I'm like, okay, what happened? Because USA seemed to be fairly in control, up like 14 something points, had everything kind of locked up, and then the turnover bug hit, obviously, and Australia took advantage of that, and they kept pounding, and they almost pulled off a miracle comeback, damn near, in this game. And I think that worries you, and I think that's why we're talking about this.
They kept chopping.
Don't, please don't,
They kept
please
chopping.
don't, please.
Yeah, I mean, let me just worried. I don't know. I guess. I'm not gonna play like super overreactionary, but like, do I think it's a good sign that Team USA can't create separation against this Australia team in an exhibition game? No, I don't. But I also like this is just what I think this Team USA team is. And I think you think there's something completely different than I think they are. Like, I think every game in the Olympics is going to be a dogfight, except for against the cupcake teams. And I'm not saying this was a dogfight game, but when you get to a minute left, sorry, my dog's knocking over the ring light, damn it. Uh, when you get to a minute left and it's a one possession game, that's scary because things might go wrong under the bright lights. And I think we've now seen two different versions of this where Team USA just can't create the separation against these type of teams. Um, it's a little bit concerning. Like I'm not sitting here saying they're horrible, but like the caliber of this Team USA team to me and the mix of guys and the fit of these guys to me is not nearly as close to some of the ones we saw in the last 14 years, right? Like Joel Embiid, everybody's excited. It's his first Olympics with the U.S. That's cool. I don't love him as the starting center on this team. We've already talked about it. I think he's a ball stopper. I think it's clunky. It feels like four other guys on the team and him. I would pivot quickly to Anthony Davis, who I thought was very clearly the best big in this game. Bam Adebayo is also very good off the bench. Like those guys are more FIBA built than this. Steph couldn't hit a shot yesterday. He didn't really provide anything out there if he's not making shots. It's Steph Curry. So I'm not saying you need to adjust anything. He's going to make shots next time. But it's just kind of one of those things where like it feels like a group of a lot of guys that haven't ever played together. And that's every Olympics, obviously. But I feel like in the past Olympic runs, we at least had some continuity, right? Like those guys had probably 4 8 year runs where it's like, oh, we've played FIBA together before. Nobody's played with Tyrese Halliburton before. Nobody's played with Anthony Edwards before. And Ant thinks he's the best player on the team. He might be the best player on the team. Like Curry's barely done Olympic stuff before. He's barely done Team USA things. So it just feels like they're figuring each other out. But I would hope that the US figuring themselves out is still better than 6 points better than Dyson Daniels.
Yeah, I agree with you to a certain extent, but also like Australia played well. Like I thought that
Disagree.
like you don't think I mean Jack Londale looked like an all-time big.
I mean, you say they played well, just to make sure I have this completely right. Um, I mean, Australia shot 4 of 18 from three, shot 22%. Team USA shot 41% from three. From the free throw line, Australia 10 for 16, 62%. USA 83%, 20 for 24. Australia fouled 20 times to US's 13. Like they got outshot by a ton and lost by 6. That's
I mean
super
they
ominous.
they also were great from 2 point range.
Yeah, I just like shooting is variation, right? And like we're sitting here saying they shot 20% worse from 3 and lost by 6 cart. Like that's I don't view that as like they played fantastic.
I didn't say fantastic, but I thought Australia played well.
I guess.
They're good. Those guys are good.
They are good. I'm not saying they're not, but like you think within 6 of US is what they are?
In the second exhibition game that USA's played together, probably.
You run this game back tomorrow. You expecting US to win by 6?
No, they probably win by more.
Okay. I mean, I feel like anything could happen to this team at this point. You're like, yeah, that's what I expect. That's what makes sense.
I mean, they're going to win the gold. I'm not. I'm not wavering on this.
Okay.
When they win the gold, and they might honestly, they might not lose.
They're not supposed to lose. It's Team USA. Like
But you say the world's better now. Like you
it
came on here, you're
is.
like France, Australia, Serbia. Like
Yeah. I
which is it? Like, are they supposed to just blow all these teams out, or are they supposed to be close because the teams are good?
think there's a middle ground between beating Australia by 30 and by 6 on a night that you shot a lot better than they did.
Okay, last thing I'll say. Do you think it was any bit fluky that it got within 6? Because like they were up by a lot more than that.
I do think Team USA needs to stop taking their foot off the gas, if that's what you're asking. Yes.
Okay, that's what
But
I'd say.
I don't think it's a fluke that Team USA took their foot off the gas.
It was a little fluky s to me. Like I know they won by 6, but it it was basically like a 14-point win.
Okay. If they win by 14, then you think we're not even having this discussion? We're just like Team USA rolls.
Maybe not rolls, but we're just being like, yeah, they handled business in their second exhibition game together.
Okay. I just don't you want to see them like beat the brakes off somebody at some point?
I mean, they will. That's gonna happen.
When's it gonna happen?
Who they play next? I'd
Mm.
love to see that.
They got one more exhibition, I believe.
I think they got more than one more.
Do they? I thought
They
it was one more.
you might be right. I wonder if I can. They got the schedule. Oh, here we go. Schedule. Let's check this. Oh, they only have the actual because the Olymp. Actually, no, they probably have one more because their first game is 2 Sundays from now against Serbia. So I don't know. I think they might have one more exhibition game, which I'm hoping that like maybe we can get like a game against a little something to get the confidence up, blow someone out by 50.
Mm. Okay. All right. We'll see.
Who's winning gold?
I'll take France at plus 300 odds,
You take that? Okay.
but I need plus 300 odds.
Got actually. What's the date today? Say the 16th. They play Serbia to wait. Do they play? How's that?
Are you?
No, they got. But they got. Sorry, they got 3 more exhibition games. They play Serbia 17th. They
Hmm.
play South Sudan on the 20th, and then they play
Hmm.
Germany on the 22nd.
How many points will Team USA win those 3 games by? Go game by game for me.
They'll win the Serbia game by 22. They'll win the South Sudan game by 27. They'll win the Germany game by 18.
I'm taking the under, the over, and the under. Dogfight, historic blowout, dogfight. Car, you know what I love about you?
That I'm handsome?
You're reliable. I can count on you. Honestly, you remind me of Aaron Henry a little bit. Remember when their back was against the wall, nothing was going right, and man just showed up every day. He didn't make excuses. There were no problems. There were just solutions.
Sounds like me.
That's you. And it also reminds me of Duncan Mechanical Solutions, because if you're looking for quality furnace repair, look no further than the heating and air experts that you can trust. Comfort and quality are their standard. They're an HVAC company that serves Northeast Indiana and Southern Michigan, whether it's heating and air conditioning, plumbing, kitchen and bath remodeling, or emergency services when you need them most. Duncan Mechanical Solutions has reliable service that you can count on. Cart, remember when your basement almost exploded?
I remember when my basement almost exploded. I remember when my furnace itself was acting funny. I remember when my AC was acting funny. I wish I had Duncan in my back pocket. I wouldn't have to worry about it.
Yeah, I mean, I've never been anywhere in northern Indiana or southern Michigan that hasn't been perfectly cool or perfectly warm, depending on when the day called for. And that's because of Duncan Mechanical Solutions. They are the presenting sponsor for the month of July. Shout out to Duncan Mechanical Solutions. Go to duncanmechanicalsolutions.com to learn more.